Hey guys, it's the Ring Reaper, and today we're doing an unboxing setup and demo of Party City's 2023 Towering Pumpkin Creep. Alright, I did get this guy back in November, half off, but it's my first time unboxing him now. So inside the box here, we first off have clothing. I like his vine look, and his arms are prongs, which is not ideal, but for like these 12-foot guys, it's not the strongest, but it does seem like a very strong type metal, not your normal 6-foot props, aluminum metal for their arm prongs. And here's another arm. We have the hip loop right here. Also, which is good, he comes with tethers. Always good to have with these big guys. We have instructions here, just black and white printed instructions. We have the adapter, and this should be a waterproof adapter. It is. So you screw on the adapter so no water gets in the module. We have stakes if you're doing this guy outdoors, which for now he will be indoors for me until like Halloween. We have a bunch of poles here. These are probably base extensions for a better stability in the bottom. And we can take off this big cardboard piece on the top here. Just on top. Throw that over there. There's another piece of cardboard right here we could take out. Okay. Here, let's see what we can take out. All right. This is like insane. This is his head. This thing is ginormous. This has to be like super close to the biggest one in retail. I know Cackle's head is a bit bigger than this, but this thing is ginormous. It is way bigger in person than it is on the camera. That's insane. See, we can grab his hands here. Here's one hand. They look really similar to Inferno's, but they aren't. They're different. And his hands are actually pretty big. And since his head moves, his arms wobble a little bit. And I think it adds a little bit of a cool little touch in there. Here's his other hand. Here is his, try and get this out. Here's his stem that you can put on top of his head. Next in here we have the rib cage piece, which looks pretty cool actually. Here we have his hip section with a bunch of wires and his foam on here. His control box is right there too. You don't want it too high up on these 12-foot guys because then you won't be able to reach it. We have his big upper shoulder piece right here, which seems it's very heavy, so it must be really reinforced there. You can see his motor right in there. It's just a normal head turning motor, but this is some thick metal here, and this will be good for him since he is such a big heavy prop, and you just really want nice strong poles for these big guys. Next we have some poles here, nice and thick, strong poles. And last but certainly not least, we have his ginormous base. This is just like all the other 12-foot bases. It does have supports right here to go on some poles. But those are all the pieces out of the box. Let's get into the setup. Here we go. Starting the setup here, we have the two really big and strong B poles that snap lock into the base. Go ahead and do the other one. Next, we can go ahead and take these base supports right here and get these up and put these up and around and inside these poles, these little loops here. That way they are a lot more sturdy and won't wobble around as much, which is good because you don't want these guys falling over. So this is a lot more sturdy now with that in there. Okay, so next in here, we're gonna go ahead and open the clothing. We didn't open it in the unboxing, but we can see it now. And it is long. It is that weatherproof material. I love the vines on this thing. It's got really good looking vines all down it and around, but down here we can see the big fork pieces. So this will obviously go over the base at the bottom. Now we're gonna go ahead and put the hip loop just over this for now. That way we can go ahead and put on this big hip piece here that connects both poles into one. So this just faces this way and just connects like so with 2 snap locks on each side, just like that. And now we can go ahead and take this hip loop here and put it up onto the little prongs, just like that. So now we're going to head and tilt down the entire prop here onto its box. That way, instead of working up more, we can work out and then tilt him up at the end. Now that he is laying down here, we can go ahead and add the big shoulder mechanism piece here. We can now attach his big rib cage here. This just slides into 2 different prongs on the back of the rib cage. Just slide him in. And now that his rib cage piece is on, we can go ahead and slide up the clothes. All right, I got the clothing fully up. Now we're going to attach his 2 arms with the prongs. Now that we have both arms on, we can go and attach his hands. Okay, so these are prong connection, just like the arms. They just slide into these 2 little loops here, which I don't think is the best for the hands because it could easily fall out. And it's not the most secure, especially for outside, which is why I'm not going to put them outside until a few days before Halloween, and if not on Halloween. All right, so now that his hands are on and everything's velcroed up there, we can go and attach his big head. It does have a wire coming to it because it does light up in the eyes and the mouth. So we can just head and feed the wire down into the body without getting into the way of anything important. And this does snap lock because with these big props like this that have big heavy heads, you want to snap lock to make sure it's nice and secure. But I am going to feed this down this way actually, like that. Now this head's on, we can go ahead and take the stem here, and this is just like a normal 12-foot connection. It slides over that pole right here and turns and clicks into place. I don't think there's a real direction of putting this on. I'm going to put it on this side. Yeah. So this just slides on into the space and turns into place, just like that. Okay, so now that the stem's on, we're going to go ahead and flip him over and just attach his tethers, wire him up, and you'll see him when he's fully stood up. Here we go. All right, here he is. He's absolutely ginormous. His hands, his rib cage, his head, and his stem, just his overall proportions, and like terror size will like scare the crap out of everyone. Even if you just like know what this guy does and you've already seen him, just looking at him, he just like gives you little goosebumps. He's absolutely like spine chilling, and he's just an amazing prop. The only downside I have with this guy is his arms and his hands, how they use the prongs instead of snap locks. But besides that, he's really, really cool. I like how he looks down and his eyes glow, which you'll see in a sec. But one bad problem though is that his tethers are actually kind of really low on his body, and one of them actually broke. So I'm using, and the other one's not tight enough. So I'm just using one tether tied to a gallon of fog juice, which actually is kind of holding him upright pretty well, but it's just weighing him down. I will hot glue the other tether soon, and once I get that fixed, he will be pretty good to go. All right, here's the demo. All right, there he was. Party City's 2023 Towering Pumpkin Creep. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.